Dear viewers, welcome once more to Kweli Chungu TV, YouTube 046 Brother Power, TikTok, your home of entertainment, education, and information, where we give you information, education, and entertainment the way you deserve it and the way you like it. Dear viewers, as usual, it is our priority to make sure as a viewer, you are entertained, you are educated, you are informed, and you get the right recipe of what you need as a Kenyan to grow up both in current affairs, social affairs, economic affairs, etc. In all spheres, Kweli Chungu TV 046 Brother Power is the place to be. As usual, I'm your presenter, the one and only Brother Power, Jared Wilberforce, on the one and twos. Today, I'm joined by a beautiful lady called Edna. Welcome aboard. Until let's go together to the end. Let's enjoy, let's be entertained, let's be educated, let us be informed. Dear viewers, today sina mambo mengi. I want us to see why for the longest time we believe as Kweli Chungu TV and 046 Brother Power through these channels that the National Council for Persons with Disabilities is a sham that should have been disbanded long time ago. For several reasons, as we shall see, and as usual, let's roll the tape. Dear viewers, the National Council, formed in the year 2003 by enactment of the Disability Act 2003, had several mandates, well stipulated in the law and the act itself. Yes. Among them is to champion and protect rights of persons with disabilities. Yes. But then the National Council all of a sudden turned to be, a cash cow where money is kept to be siphoned by some funny clowns here and there. This we saw for the longest time. Some of us began talking about it almost 10 years ago when we felt the council had just turned to something else. The council under Gabo as the CEO and many others became a problem. At one moment, the complaint was the council had come a place where relatives would fix their other relatives into work, get employment for their relatives. Dear viewers, remember those days when persons with disabilities would go to the council and then some cheeky girls, I wonder whether they're now women, would snatch them their crutches to test the reality of their disabilities, snatch them their white cans to test the reality of their disabilities. I remember it like yesterday, the day we walked to the council, and it was like a disco where people were busy dishing chips and soda and listening to loud music in the office on a weekday in the afternoon. The aftermath of it was chaos, push and pull between ourselves and the National Council. Those days would be viewed in bad eye, or bad light for that matter, because it was almost thought that we had taken our madness to that place. But I will tell you, as said Thomas Sankara of Equatorial Guinea, the youngest president I know of Africa, became president at the age of 34 years and was overthrown and killed when he was only 37 years. No, he was 33 years when he became president, overthrown and killed when he was 37 years. Thomas Sankara once said, you need some level of madness to succeed. In my own words, you can go to books, can Google and find the right wording. But that's what Thomas Sankara said. In the disability world, you are either, in the Swahili way, muungwana or kisirani. You only have to be kisirani for things to be done the right way. Today, I want to call out again the National Council. I thought recently I heard President William Ruto mention some parastatals and government agencies whose leaders are supposed to be in hot soup, whose leaders are on check. I thought he was going to mention the National Council. He didn't. Now, today, at the end of June 2026, just barely a week after the Gen Z protest in commemoration of our comrades who passed on in 2024, you saw, guys, what happened in Nakuru when one Peter Mbugwa, a person with a disability, was being molested and tortured and battered by the police, famously known as Utumishi kwa wote. This guy is on crutches. This guy cannot walk without crutches. This guy is a person with a disability who's just come out to commemorate friends and colleague freedom fighters who passed on fighting for this country's welfare and this serious patriots. And then you saw the police snatch away his crutches, throw them aside, batter him to the ground, and bungle him into a vehicle. Hello. The National Council, being the agency it was meant to be, cannot today say they have written a letter to the government to seek an apology over Peter Mbugwa's assault. Hello. The National Council for Persons with Disabilities, for heaven's sake, is an agency of the government. I mean, how can a deputy write a letter to the principal requesting the principal to give an apology to the students for giving them nyoyo githeri that is full of paraffin? Hello? My producer Edna is smiling. Yes. Anajua mambo ya paraffin vizuri. Shule za wasichana mnajua hii kitu? Yes. How can a deputy or a senior teacher write a purport to go to the students on a Friday morning during parade and tell them, now, students, I have taken up the case of the paraffin in your githeri yesterday. I have written to the principal to apologize to you. That is blackmail. National Council for the Persons with Disabilities should have been disbanded long time ago. Your mandate is to register persons with disabilities to start with. But do you even have data? You don't. That's the truth. The data you have is a data that is not accurate. Yes. You don't have an accurate data. You cannot tell me for several years NCPWDs can be less than 1 million or something like that. You are mad. National Council for Persons with Disabilities, if President William Ruto and your people, the department concerned, the Department of Social Protection, if this is not a place to milk for clowns and friends, disband these guys, disband the council, keep it off. About Peter Mbugwa's case, we are very serious as persons with disabilities. It can't happen. The National Council has been here when people like Raymond Cheriot, may his soul rest in eternal peace, are being molested by the county governments by not giving them their dues. The National Council is here opening new branches every day, creating employment for particular people. Go to the ground. Very little is done. In Kisii County, the National Council is a partaker in the division of persons with disabilities, in the disunity of persons with disabilities. Tutamwaga mtama tu. National Council should be disbanded. Over Peter Mbugwa's case, we deserve an apology from the council on behalf of the government and a solution. But the solution cannot be given by the National Council by writing to the government. I wonder which government. If these guys are not confused, hata naitangwa nani huyu CEO? Sivujui. Tajina nimesahau. Because they have no impact anyway. As for me, I don't think I have anything to lose with or without the National Council. And so it is to several persons with disabilities. Anyway, without further ado, tumeanza. National Council on Peter Mbugwa's case, you got it wrong. Mulipiga offside, mulinawa mpira, you did everything wrong. Dear viewers, do us the favor of subscribing, sharing, liking, commenting. Remember, it is Kweli Chungu TV, YouTube, 046 Brother Power, TikTok. I've been your presenter, the one and only Brother Power Jerry Wilberforce. On the 1 and 2s, super technician Edna. Till further, bye-bye.